If you've been around the channel a long time, you know that we always report on the creepy degenerates in the book industry and comic industry. All these people are just obsessed with their weird sexual fetishes all the time, and they are just absolute creeps. They really are. And so we report on that here. And of course, that's why we're blacklisted from the mainstream publishing, because mainstream publishing only hires people with all these weird sexual fetishes all the time. It always comes back to bite them, though, and it always gets exposed at the end of the day. Maybe exposed was a bad word to use to start this video. We'll talk about this as we get into the news, as there's a new YA author, horror author, who is going to like these book talkers who are mostly YA book influencers and trying to get them to pose nude in order to promote his book. Absolutely creepy stuff. And some of those book talkers are alleged to be underage also. So yikes. This is not a good look for the publishing industry once more. Let's get into the news. My name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning publisher of comics by myself. I've done it without the mainstream publishing industry. They blacklisted and banned me at every single turn. And I'd love for you to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, be part of our community here. We really appreciate you joining us, of course, against the mainstream industry. I also would really appreciate you supporting my book, All Eyes on Ashley. This is going to launch tomorrow, which is Tuesday. And you can sign up for it right here. It's a romance comic book in the tradition of Jack Kirby and Joe Simon back in the day. If you guys are familiar, those are the pioneers of the comic book industry, and they did wonderful romance comics. The genre died, but those men did a great job, and we are continuing the tradition by doing a great modern job with this. This is actually a good story for young men. I know that romance is a thing that you're not supposed to be into as a man or whatnot. But true romance is really a masculine trait. It's not like women go out there and romance the men in relationships. It's always men trying to woo the woman, right? I could rant about this for a long time, but I'll get back to the video. Please sign up for this. It's in the description below. And if you, of course, when it's live tomorrow, you can use that same link in order to back the project. Appreciate you being there. Okay, so here it is. Horror book writer J.D. Barker accused of using a PR firm to solicit underage BookTok influencers for nude photos to promote his novel. Now, I'm not going to comment on the guy's looks. You can do that in the comments down below. I'll just leave that right there, just to start right now. But absolutely crazy. The YA book community is one of the most degenerate cesspools on the internet, even though the label young adult, most of the audience is middle-aged white women who want to play out power fantasies via the fantasy genre, often coupled with bizarre sexual situations and heavy LGBTQIA plus alphabet themes. This genre, we find cancel culture running rampant. In a recent case of drama reported by TikTok user Dinah Rodriguez-Wallach, viewers were exposed to a darker side of this group, with author J.D. Barker soliciting nudes from random women under the guise of book promotion. He's a horror book, New York Times bestseller, hailed by the mainstream, being nominated for the Bram Stoker Horror Award. One of his bigger books is ironically called Behind a Closed Door, listing sexual imagery with a very young-looking woman on the cover. So several women reported on this, and they got an email, and I've, of course, got some of this email, where he was asking these women to, make short videos and photos, that are spicy for them because it's a sexually charged dark thriller, right? And so this is what he's asked. He says, request a copy of Behind Closed Door. The copy of the book will be shipped to you. If you enjoy the book, create a video and submit a link before going live on your platforms. And, then maybe he will approve it. And if he approves it, it triggers payment. Or if he doesn't approve it, he doesn't trigger payment. So he's soliciting stuff from these women, and it's of the hopes of getting paid at that. It's very interesting. He goes, this book is spicy. Here's some ideas for videos. What kind of person do you think I am, sugar or spice? And then on that, and even more, who doesn't want to relax like a good book? A camera pan up on the body using only the book to cover up your naughty bits. So this is asking them to get naked for the camera and just put the book over, I guess their, in order to, get some sexy video out of them. Now, very weird stuff right here. And then, of course, he asked them about their sex lives, too. What is the most taboo place you've ever had sex? And so he wants these graphic descriptions and, of course, graphic videos sent to him. Or at least Julia wants it sent to, quote, her. Now, Julia is looks like it's like a pseudonym, fake name, who knows? And it turns out when you look at this Best of Book Talk promotional email and the promotional deal, this guy, JD Barker, actually is one of the founders of it, and actually is a partner in this Best of BookTok PR firm. So, is Julia even a real person? We don't know at that juncture. Very odd right there. But regardless, it does say further in the email that he personally approves these projects, whether they get paid or not. And so when he gets into that sort of thing, that's a very, very weird thing and a very, very weird look at this. Now, even at the end of this, if they get paid $100 for their little naked videos towards him. So a lot of women called this out. They freaked out about it, as they should. I mean, most, I'd say, Me Too situations are always suspect. But when you've got something like this, and it's very creepy, and the guy's, of course, if you read his email apologizing for it, you can tell he's a male feminist, part of the establishment there. You kind of notice that there's a pattern that always goes on with these sorts of things. And so this is a weird thing, and a lot of women called it out. And one of them even said that some of these women who were getting this email and were asked to pose nude like this were under 18 years old. Absolutely crazy right here. No surprise if you know much about what goes on in the publishing industry, though. So here's the email that this guy sent back. On January 23rd, an email went out on my behalf to known BookTok influencers without consideration of age or gender, even though it was all women and they were young women, from a company I own, detailing the framework of a social media marketing campaign meant to promote my upcoming novel, an erotic thriller. The email detailed several video ideas keeping the events of the book. Those ideas were followed by blah, blah. He says it again. The campaign was never approved. This email wasn't meant to go out with a substantial rewrite, and through a chain of errors it did. I take full responsibility for that. I was horrified such a message was released, and I deeply regret the hurt I've caused. You just regret getting caught. He goes off further on this here. The written word is something I cherish. Words have power, and sometimes they can hurt more than the most dangerous weapon. Blah. There it is. Here's one of the chicks who's freaked out by this. It is an odd thing, and this is par for the course of what I see from the industry. That it went out to underage girls is absolutely creepy, and it's despicable. And you know what? The results of this are, spiraling this guy's career, as it probably should at this point. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this, my friends. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.